Hello and welcome once again to Ignite Your Impact. My name is Jen Rhodes. I am welcoming the new year next to my husband, Matt.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We are again recording at night.
Yeah.
Getting all the stuff done during the day. And then we're like, oh, crap. We're out of daylight.
It's all good.
You get nighttime, Matt and Jen. So today we are going to jump right in. We are diving deep into a topic that is top of mind for everyone this time of year, I'm sure, because we started the new year. It is New Year's Day. We are talking fitness goals and New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, so when this is going to drop, it'll be the first Monday after the new year. And we all know that fitness is consistently the number 2 thing on the list, followed by money. And tell me I'm a liar. Everyone listening right now, these 2 things were on your list, fitness and money.
Yeah, they're both on my list.
Mine too as well. And why? Why are they? Because there's many reasons why. Because there's never an end game in either one of them, but it's freedom. And we're going to get later on what that means, the freedom with fitness, and we probably won't go into the finances side, but we'll get to that later on. But you know the drill of what's going on right now. Gym memberships are on sale everywhere, and people are lining up to get the new year, new me, whatever it is that you're thinking, whatever the big one is this year. But let's slow down for just a second and let's have some real talk about what this actually means. Remember, Jen and I have been in the fitness business for 20 years, so we've seen it all. We know what works, we know what doesn't work. But again, here's the scene. All the gyms are discounting their memberships, offering all kinds of deals right now. And then what you're going to see down the line after the January New Year's rush, so probably end of January, maybe even middle of January, you're going to start seeing a flood of 6-week challenges and transformations and promises for quick fixes. And that's what you're going to see. You guys have all seen it before. You know it's the truth.
I think we should get into the psychology in another podcast on why that happens.
Yeah.
But
yeah. There's no shortage of marketing tactics
for sure
right now. And what it does is it lowers the barrier to entry and it gives people a reason to start, which is a great thing. I mean, I'm excited about what's coming up right now because there is going to be a shit ton of people who are going to start something.
Yeah.
And they're actually going to finish it and it's going to change their lives. So I am not shitting on what's going on in the market by any means. It's just reality. That is what's going on in the market, but it's going to drive a lot of people in who are going to start something that's going to change their life. But getting started, the reason you lower that barrier to entry, because getting started is one of the hardest things to do for most people.
God, I had this conversation with a consultation yesterday. I can get into that later, but if you failed before, it's tough to start again. You've got this mountain of evidence that you will fail or that you'll quit, right? You joined 3 different gyms in the past. You bought the Smelloton that you rode twice and then it became a coat hanger. You did the meal delivery. You've done a bunch of research on the best workout, the best meal plan. Maybe I'll eat for my hormones. Have you seen the hormone balance diet right now?
Yeah, but the carnivore diet is just crushing my social media right now.
Oh, the hormone balance is killing mine. So again, guys, there's marketing tactics everywhere. Even we get it, right? And now your spouse is saying, like, really, again? Like, how long do you think it's going to take this time before you realize that you just won't go or you'll give up? Side note, if that's your spouse, fucking slap them for me. But it's tough to start after all that. After that mountain of evidence that something's going to go wrong and you're going to fail. It's tough. I get it. There are so many people in this place right now, and it is a tough place. Here's the truth. None of this is your fault. I am pulling the blame off of you right now. So many reasons why you shouldn't be playing the blame game, right? The shit spiral that you're probably already going through. Number 1, the marketing tactics are really good. We just displayed, like, I'm getting hormone balance as a nutrition coach. Like, what? Zucks, come on. But more importantly, and ladies especially, we have been sold bullshit for years. Absolute bullshit. Now that we have established that it's not your fault, we've got to get very honest and realize where you're starting. Now, what this has done and what this repetition has done, what that specific consistent behavior has done, has trained your mind that you may not succeed because you haven't in the past. I have a hair in my mouth. I apologize. So, dog hair in the mouth when I'm trying to do a podcast. Thanks, Finn. So this consistent behavior has trained your mind to not succeed because it already knows that path. It already knows it. So these offers you're seeing have little commitment or little financial upfront demands. Now, this is how the brain works. I failed. I don't keep my word to myself. I really want this, but I know I won't keep my word again. I know that I'm going to give up. So I'm going to try this easy thing. I'm going to try this 10-day thing. I'm going to try this free trial. This might actually be the thing, finally. But if it's not, it's okay. I don't really have that much invested in it, right? Like, I didn't lose anything. I will restate this if I didn't make it clear already. I like the reduced barrier to entry. I have my own low-cost barrier of entry, but I don't like what it does to you psychologically because of your past. Now, here's the hard truth, or this is the truth bomb you need to hear. Are you ready? Right? Transforming your body, completely transforming your body, top to bottom, left to right, it is a minimum 2-year commitment. Sit down, let that sink in.
Yeah, with all the marketing you have going on right now.
How many hundreds of transformations have we had?
Yeah, but it
is a 2-year commitment.
Yes.
To get to the exact point where you're like, holy shit, I never thought this was possible. 2 years. Now, thinking about that doesn't seem like that hard to get the dream body you've always wanted. 2 years, I'd be like, yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, in hindsight.
Yeah, but I go back to when I was trying to do that and I was like, fuck, I can't get anything done. And I've been working my ass off in 2 weeks. When's this going to happen? Oh my God, I got to do this 2 years. It's a psychological thing. It's not easy.
It does sound like a buzzkill.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, compared to all the quick fix solutions out there, but stick with me because I promise we're going to make this digestible so that you truly can learn and relearn or retrain your brain that you can do this.
Yeah. So before we jump into why it's a long-term commitment and how it can actually be done, I want to provide maybe just a little bit of a different point of view. Think about it this way. Would you start a business without a solid 5-year plan? I mean, if you're going to borrow money from anyone, from the bank, from relatives or whatever, they're going to want to see the plan. And it's got to be longer than 30 days. It's got to be longer than 6 weeks. It's got to be a multi-year plan that you're putting out there. Because we know it always takes time to build anything that's worthwhile. It just does. And you need a plan. You need the right mindset. And you need a commitment to the long haul to make it work. It's just like starting a business. The same thing applies to fitness. You can't expect to achieve life-changing results, the stuff that Jen talked about, like total body transformation. You can't expect that with a 6-week challenge or a couple months of consistency. It's just not realistic. It's a starting point, though. I'll go back to what I said. Everyone going in right now, we are so proud of you because this is your starting point. But to truly transform your body, you need to build a plan, you need to execute consistently, and you got to trust the process. It is about the long-term commitment, no shortcuts. But when you understand the plan, when you really understand what the 2 years looks like, and you understand that, it becomes so much easier to look out and say, oh, okay, I see what I got to do here. I got to do here. I got to do here. When you do that, it becomes fun. It is like a business. You see the long-term plan and it becomes fun to execute on it. And doesn't that sound better than just trying something and hoping it works?
I love that you compared it to a business because immediately in my head, I heard comments that people have said in the past, like, well, yeah, but a business would be like, I'm trying to build a legacy. This is just my body. Like, think about that, right? Of course you need a 5-year plan for a business. Why wouldn't you create a 5-year plan, 10-year, 30-year plan for your body?
Yeah.
I mean, you hope a business lasts past retirement. I certainly want my body to.
Well, a lot of people spend a lot of time on their finances with their 401k and some people with pensions, and they're looking out and seeing how much they got to put away. And what happens if your body doesn't stand up? Why wouldn't you put that same effort into your body?
Fuck. But I love that parallel. Yeah. I wouldn't have even thought of it like past longevity, like past the current state, but thinking, 10, 25, 35 years in the future, I may have to help one of my parents walk.
But today, we want to talk about how to get shredded. Transform that body.
I know. All right. Sorry. Thank you for letting me squirrel. I appreciate you managing my ADD. I want to roll out the blueprint. Bless you.
Thank you.
I want to roll out the blueprint, which will show you why it is a long-term commitment. And again, we just said, this is a long-term commitment. You may not get there in 90 days, and that's okay. It's easier than you think, and why it gives you the freedom that you've been desiring so bad. So, step 1, we have got to strip all the fat off of you. It's a little bit of a 2-pronged approach for my ladies, because again, we've been fed a bag of bullshit for years and not creating foundational muscle.
Yeah, it's easier for guys. I mean, not only because of the type of body we have with
physiologically, yeah.
But you're right. We haven't been fed all the bullshit about eating that women
oh
have.
my God.
But I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was like,
no, you're good.
That is a good point.
Has anybody ever told you not to eat strawberries because they'll make you fat?
No.
Like,
that's why I said
this is the bullshit that women have been fed. Yeah. And we perpetuated ourselves too. So once we strip the fat off, once we have done this, then we start to reverse all the damage you've done to your metabolism. I have a client I've been working with for 2 years, and we finally got her metabolism to click back on. After 2 years. You want to talk about, Jen, when are we going to see this? I'm like, the science is there. You've just got to be patient.
But that's not normal.
That's not normal. That was years, decades of dieting.
Yeah, because normally this phase is only, how long?
16 weeks. 16 weeks to really strip some good fat off somebody.
Yeah.
Without the grind. 12 to 16.
Yeah.
I can usually do it in 12 because I'm good.
Yeah.
But when we get your metabolism rocking and tweak your macros just a little bit, not starve you, just so that they're an even distribution, the weight just starts to melt off. The fat starts to melt off, not just the weight. Now, depends on the person, but again, it's usually 8, 10, 12 weeks, right?
Yeah, but before you jump into the next one, I want to dig a little bit more into this one because this is the one that scares everyone. It is, this isn't about cutting carbs.
Yes, and that's why I say 12.
Yeah, it's actually about eating more.
Yes.
You have to eat more. We are going to be dialing in your protein during this time and be pushing that protein hardcore.
Balance.
You're probably going to be eating a lot more. And once we've done that, you reverse all that damage.
Yep.
It's been done.
Yeah, it's not 16. It's probably 8 to 12. It's probably 8 to 12 to strip the fat. The first 3 to 4 is creating that balance because the balance, if you've been on a diet for years and years and years, it feels like chaos when you try to bring balance.
And that's how you fuck up your metabolism. Mm-hmm. But the reason I want to stick on that one is I want everyone to know it's that starting point.
Nope. Yeah. I'm glad you clarified that as well, because again, like if you don't know all the science behind it, it can feel daunting.
Yeah. But we want everyone to understand what the plan is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 8 to 12 weeks, we're going to strip the fat. That's step 1. Step 2, truth bomb. Ready? Yes? Okay. When you strip all this fat off, you are going to look pretty skinny. I think the first time you did it, I was like, whoa, hey, you look great. Let's put some meat back on those bones. No one tells you that. But again, we're about truth. Those first couple of cuts, it's like, woo, oh, I was pretty emaciated, right? So in step 2, we're going to really pump up your food intake through balance. No, you will not get fat. No, you will not get fat. No, you will not get fat. Case in point, I had a gal just jump on coaching in November, put her in the balance mode. Her weight stayed the same for the first, 3 weeks, and she lost 7 inches. Yeah. And she's like, I don't think I can eat this much. I'm like, please just trust me. Please just trust me. Please just trust me. We reversed your metabolism. So now we're lifting heavy weights in this step 2. You will not get bulky. You will feel strong. This is my favorite phase because you feel unstoppable.
I want to slow you down again.
Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Why will people not get fat if we're eating more food?
Because I've already ramped up the metabolism.
Exactly.
I've turned the metabolism back on.
I want people to understand that the science behind it is that first 8 to 12 weeks, we're changing the metabolism based on what you're doing.
Yeah. And once you raise the basal metabolic rate, you can add more food because the body is burning more at rest.
Perfect. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I want to make sure it was very clear.
I wanted to add the science so that it's not just woo-woo stuff.
Yeah.
This is usually about 8 weeks, right? If it's a guys, we can do a little bit longer because guys really like staying in the bulk phase. Yeah. Women get a little weird around it. My diehards love it. Like Christmas time, we're like, yeah, bulk. Step 3. Sorry. We're going to get you shredded again. So you've already stripped the fat once. Now you've built muscle and strength. And now what we're going to do is chisel it up, right? This is maybe 4 to 5 weeks. This is a lot of fun. Why did it take less time?
Metabolism.
Because we ramped up your metabolism. Yep. So it just makes it that much easier once you've done it the right way the first time.
Yep.
So all in, you're currently sitting at maybe 20 to 25 weeks. That's about 6 months, right? That sounds palatable, right? Now you feel good. Now you start to feel that freedom, start wearing different clothes. It's summertime. Maybe you're in a bikini. Matt, you love your bikinis. No, I was kidding.
Not my bikinis.
No, okay. Yeah. I'm messing with you. That's at about 26 weeks. Step 4 is maintenance. How do we learn how to balance all of this so that you don't dig yourself into a hole again to where you started? How do we keep calories high with activity at its optimal rate to keep your metabolism high? Maintenance is truly, it's in the name. You learn to maintain what you've built. Now, Jen, I thought you said this was a 2-year commitment. I'm in the best shape of my life at 26 weeks and now I can coast. Okay. No. You're in the best shape of your life, but not the best shape you could be. This is where it gets fun. This is where we can really test the evolutionary nature of our brains, right? Now, remember, we did a max of 12 weeks in the fat loss phase in the first phase. We don't go any longer because of the effects it has on your metabolism. I can tell you if I've been in a cut longer than 12 weeks, I am homicidal.
Yep.
Right? It's awful. It wrecks your body. It wrecks your body not only mentally, but like physiologically.
Yeah.
Like it damages things.
And I don't want to go on a tangent here, but I want to tell people why that, so if you've been on a diet or you tried to cut or whatever you want to call it for longer than 12 weeks, and you can go 12 to 16 weeks. I mean, these are just averages. But if you've been doing it for a long time, the reason it sucks is because you've maxed out your metabolism so much that the effort you put in the beginning to say, let's say lose 5 pounds. Now the effort you can put in that exact same effort, 30 weeks down the line, but now you're going to lose a half a pound.
Yeah.
That's why it sucks. The effort is not worth the outcome, which is why you stop at that 12 to 16 weeks.
That's why we keep an eye on that basal metabolic rate. Nope, you're good. Here we go with the science again. So we don't go any longer in that cut because of the effects it has on your metabolism. So now we just start back over at step 1 and just repeat the cycle. Why? Because to be ultimately free, you need to understand what exactly it takes to be beach ready in 4 to 6 weeks. Matt, if we booked a trip, cough, 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 cough. If we booked a trip, I could be ready by Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Easily.
Because we've done this so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. The first round is me or one of my coaches really holding your hand, really walking you through these steps, basically giving you all the answers. The second round, you're just repeating and really learning how to manipulate your body with as little guidance as needed. This is usually that second round, that second year, first to second year is usually when people start getting asked, are you a coach? Because it just becomes so natural to them. See, when you break it down this way, you understand what the actual roadmap is. You understand what the time commitment's actually going to be looking like. You have a plan that somewhat has an ending. I can already tell you where your finish line should be, and I need you to execute so we can get to that specific finish line so that we can then start a new race, right? You're always repeating steps 1 through 4 based on your lifestyle, but now you know what to expect. And the goal can change, but it takes about those 4 steps.
Yeah. So to recap, it's 4 steps. And when you add them all together, how long are they again, did you say?
26 to like 32 weeks.
Yeah. So it's palatable, but what Jen's saying is this 2-year commitment
8 months, yeah.
means the second part of that, you're going to be learning how to do this the rest of your life. And that's the important part. But
like, it's so easy now. It's so easy to me.
But I want to jump into, where does the freedom come from? All this time that Jim was, this is the part I love about this, because it's not just about fitness, but all this time Jim was talking about this, you notice that there was a lot of metabolism talk and a little bit of hormone talk. And truly what this blueprint does for you, it does retrain your metabolism. But you thought that's all that we were doing with this plan. We were just retraining your metabolism, or that we were retraining how your hormones work with your body, getting you to understand how the plan works. I mean, that's just what we just laid out, right? I mean, that's what we just said out loud to every single one of you. But in reality, what we were doing is retraining your brain and retraining your subconscious. It now says, I want you to go back to what Jen said a little while ago. Your brain now says, I can start something and I can finish it. I do understand the phases of progression to get to a goal, and I can trust myself now that I'll do what I say I'll do. You just retrained everything that was all messed up from all the other years of doing things by doing it this way. This is where true freedom happens. It's coursing through your veins, and it bleeds into every other part of your world. It's not just about fitness.
I love that. Look, as we said, those 6-week programs or the gym discounts, they do have their place. We're running our own specials at our club. We understand the market, right? They're great for getting started and breaking through that initial barrier. But if you're serious, if you're truly serious about long-term change, you need to stop thinking in terms of quick fixes, right? And start thinking about your fitness like a lifestyle plan. Now, this isn't short bursts of motivation. Will you need motivation? Yes. But it's about waking up every day and showing up for yourself no matter what, reframing your entire identity to this new visual, no matter what. It's about consistency. And that consistency over time is what will get you the results you're after. So fitting, today we're recording on January 1st. As we head into this new year, I want to challenge you to do something different. Instead of buying into the hype of those 6-week challenges or chasing the next quick fix, why not think about fitness like you would a business? Get strategic. Commit for the long term. But not just commit for a long term. Make a plan for the long term. Make a plan for the next 2 to 5 years, not just for the next 6 weeks. Guys, you've got this. And it's going to take more than just a resolution to get there. It's going to take an entire mindset scratch. It's going to take an entire identity shift, and it's going to take consistency. And I know you're capable of it.
I love it. Let's wrap there.
I think that's great. Let's do that. Guys, I hope this was helpful in terms of understanding the time frame that we lay out for every single one of my clients. So if you're interested in coaching, reach out. Make sure you drop us a review if you can. Share this with your friends. And as always, we'll talk to you next time.